What's happening, people? It's been a few days since I talked to you, and I thought I would update you on the goings-on, or the, I guess, not-so-goings-on, at Indiana LinuxFest. I just finished shooting the news video, so it's going to be a little while before that one goes up. You should be linked back here from there, or there from here. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Friday afternoon I ended up leaving for Indiana LinuxFest with my friend Eric. We drove up, didn't take terribly long to get there. Didn't see much of anybody that evening. We went to the after party and I believe there were 8 people there. We talked to them very, very briefly and then headed back to our room, ended up watching a movie, all that fun stuff. On Saturday morning we woke up bright and early, went downstairs and talked with some of the vendors. We talked to the guys from Fedora, from Cloud.com, from a couple of the other places, and just had overall a great experience with it. I was not feeling terribly well, so I was just kind of going back and forth to the room. My stomach was being a bit upset. And as the day went on, as I started going to presentations, as I started going to like the keynote in particular, I kept having to run back to the room because my stomach was just getting more and more upset and I started getting sick. So basically I didn't get to experience much of anything. And before lunchtime got there, I had run to the room probably 5 or 6 times just getting sick. And so basically what I ended up doing is before lunch I found one of the guys organizing the event. His name was Mark. He runs a channel here on YouTube called CLI Magic, if you're interested in checking that out. He also runs a Twitter account associated with it. Very nice guys there, very nice people. Talked to him for a minute and just said, look, I'm not going to be able to get up there on stage and talk without getting sick all over myself. Would you mind if I just stepped out for today? Huge apologies there. So he was very nice about it. They worked together. He and Lord Drakenblut found out what they could do. A guy named Klaatu, who is well known in the Linux video multimedia audience, whatever, he was available, ready, willing, and able to give a presentation. So from what I understand, he was able to present that afternoon. Eric and I ended up leaving early because I did not feel up to it. I was not feeling well at all. So I basically came home and laid on the couch most of the evening. That's why the news video is as delayed as it is, because I was just completely down for the count. So anyway, feeling a little bit better today, still a little out of sorts. My wife and son will be home in a little while, so I'm going to be spending time with them. But basically, yeah, for this week, for this year, whatever, Indiana LinuxFest turned out to be a bust for me just because yeah. As per usual, I go to a Linux festival, I end up getting sick in some way. If you don't remember, the Ohio Linux Fest back in September, I managed to get a cold of some sort, and when I presented, my voice was all raspy, and I ended up losing my voice for about 3 or 4 days after. At least this time, it's a stomach bug, so it's something that I can work around in short bursts. So that's the great thing about the way that I shoot the news videos, is I can stop every now and again and start back up later. But anyway, I wanted to let you know what happened at Indiana LinuxFest. I wanted to let you know there's not going to be a presentation video because I wasn't there to present, sadly. But other than that, I did have a very good time. I did actually come away from it with a little bit of swag takeaway stuff. As with every Linux festival that I've gone to, the BSD people were there with these little flashing devil horns to signify BSD. I normally don't take a pair, but the lady sort of thrust them into my hand. I couldn't really pass it up. The guys from Fedora, like I said, I talked to them for a little while. They gave installation DVDs for Fedora 14. I told them, well, I've got Fedora 15 on a key in my pocket, so I can't really... He said take it anyway. And a decal for the car. Don't know if I'll be using that or not. I might stick it on a computer case, though. A copy of PCBSD, and of course, the very well done pamphlet program from the day's events. Done with 100% open source software, which you probably can't see on there. Done with Scribus and with Slackware 13.1. Very cool to see them using all open source software and Linux-based utilities for doing that. But anyway, so my experience was kind of a bust as far as ILF. I do wish them luck in the future, and if they do end up doing another one next year, I'll probably be going to that as well. I don't know about presenting at this point because it seems every time I go to present I end up getting really, really ill. And it's not nerves or anything because I don't have any problems with that. It's just a case of bad luck, I think. So when I go to I'm going to Southeast Linux Fest in a few months. I'm not going to even put in a request to speak because I just want to go and have fun and relax and make sure that I don't end up being ill for some reason. If I get ill, so be it. Anyway. So the news video will be edited and uploaded in a few hours, and my family will be back about then, so that's all for today. thank you so much for watching. I hope you had an excellent weekend, and I will talk to you again very soon.